Alright, hello guys. So I received some questions again about how to set up the IKFK switch and also how to create the reverse foot setup for this character. So I will start with the reverse foot because this is, I think, the easiest one, and then I will show you how you can set up the IKFK switch for the arm. So I'm having, as you can see, the chain, the bind joint chain for the leg that starts from hip, then knee and ankle, ball and toe, right? So if I go to the side view, you can see that I'm having the joints here: left hip, knee, ankle, ball and toe. So first of all, I will create 3 IK handles for this setup, and as you can see, I haven't created the reverse foot joint chain yet. So all the IKs are going to be created on the forward or the bind joints for the leg. So I'm going to go to skeleton, create IK handle, and start with the hip and end it with the ankle. This is my first one. The second one is going to go from the ankle to the ball, so ankle to ball. And I'm hitting G here, so I'm going to create another IK from ball to toe. And naming here is very, very important, so make sure that your names are following the naming convention that I'm suggesting here. So the first IK handle would be left ankle IK. Again, make sure that your names are correct because later on it will help us to create the reverse setup, reverse foot setup. The next one is oh my god, I'm not sure why I'm not able to rename this. Alright, LT. So the second one is the ball IK, right? So it's LT ball IK. And the third one is LT toe IK. Alright, now we want to find a way to control these IKs. This is where we will create the reverse foot joint chain. So in order to make sure that the joints are actually sitting on top of each other and they are having the same exact positions, I will do this. I will select the ankle and duplicate it, Control D, and then unparent it. Okay, so this is going to be the joints for the reverse foot, and I can even delete these effectors because these are for the IKs. I could do the duplication before creating the IKs, but that's fine. You can just delete these effectors. If you don't see them, that's fine. Probably that's because you haven't created the IKs yet. So I have this duplicate chain here, and it's time to reverse their direction. Right now the toe is a child of the ball is a child of the ankle. We need to reverse this order. So the toe would be a parent of the ball would be a parent of the ankle. Alright, so I will unparent these, and I will also make sure that my names are descriptive here. So I will name this left ankle reverse joint. The second one is left toe reverse joint, and the third one is left ball reverse joint. Okay, so again, because I'm going to go to have a reverse direction, this time the ankle would be the child of the ball would be a child of the toe. So the ankle is a child of the toe is a child of, the ankle is the child of the ball is the child of the toe. Okay, and as you can see, that the direction is now reversed. Now we are going from the toe, then to ball, then to ankle, right? Ankle. And also we need to have another joint that is going to be sitting on the heel area of the foot. So again, in order to make sure that the position of this heel joint is at least in the same plane with these joints, I can easily copy or duplicate any of these joints. I would say maybe the ankle joint here. So I will duplicate these, unparent it, and I'm gonna bring it over and snap it to the floor here. Okay, and if I want, I can also modify or fix the orientation of the joint by going to the attributes editor and zero out the joint orientations here. So 0, 0, 0. Okay, and as you can see, the orientation of the joint is now set to the world. And this joint is going to be the parent of the whole reverse chain here. So this is left heel joint. Okay, and this is going to be the parent for all of these. So the reverse toe joint would be the child of the heel. So again, if I expand this reverse setup here, you can see that we will start with the heel, then we will go to the toe, then ball, and then ankle. Okay. So if you can't remember what you should do for the order of these joints. Again, you have this guide here: ankle, ball, toe. For the reverse setup, it's going to be toe, ball, ankle. So toe, ball, ankle. This is a way to memorize this setup. Now it's time to control the IKs using these reverse chain here, reverse joint chain here. So if you follow the same namings here, I mean, if you are if you know how to name your IKs here, if you name them correctly, you can easily, using their names, parent them to these joints here. So I know that the left ankle IK can be the child of left ankle reverse joint. So again, the names will help a lot here. Left ankle, P. Left toe, P. And left ball, P. Right? So we had 3 IKs. We took care of them. There is no IK for heel. So just 3 IKs, 3 joints. We will parent them to their joints. Right now we can just test our setup here. I will select, for example, the heel. If I rotate it, it's going to rotate the whole setup here for me. If I move it, everything's working. If I select the toe, yes, it's working. Same as the ball. Right. Okay, so everything should be perfect here. I'm going to turn off the local relation axis here. Okay. So we created these. We no longer need to see the IKs. We can just easily hide them. I mean, later on we will hide these joints here, so we shouldn't be worried about it. But now it's time to create the controller. I'm going to create one circle here, one nerve circle. I'm going to snap it or move it over in X direction and Z direction. I will make sure that I'm not going to move it up, so it should be sitting on the ground. I can do whatever I want in terms of shaping this curve. Right? Okay. And then I will make sure that I will name it left foot control. Okay, and freeze the transformation and delete the history. Okay. So when we want to connect the chains to this controller, we have 2 options. First of all, we need to make sure that we parent constrain the heel joint to this controller. So whenever we move the controller, it will move the heel for us. And also, it's good to move the viewpoint of this controller to be sitting on the ankle area, because we want to be able to rotate the foot from the ankle using this controller. So I'm going to hold down D and V to snap the viewpoint to the ankle, right? So now I can rotate the controller from this viewpoint. Okay. And then it's time to control the heel joint, the toe joint, and the ball joint using this controller. I have 2 options. I can use attributes, custom attributes, to control the rotations, or I can create 3 separate controllers to control these rotations. I usually create all of the attributes on the main controller here, so I'm not going to be dealing with 4 separate controllers. But I mean, I'm not opposed to the other method too. So I'm going to create 7 custom attributes on this controller. So I'm going to go to Edit, Add Attribute, and I will start with the heel, rotate X. I'm going to copy this name. No minimum or maximum. I'm going to just make a straight connection to the rotation of the joints. So heel rotation X, add heel rotation Y, add heel rotation Z. Okay. Next is going to be the ball. For the ball joint, we are going to just have one rotation. So we call it ball, and hit add. And the next one will be the toe. So toe, rotate X, add, rotate Y, add, and rotate Z. Okay, so I ended up having 7 custom attributes here. And now it's time to connect these to the rotation of these joints here, right? So I can use set driven key, or I can use just straight connections. It doesn't matter. So we will start with the heel joint, and if I select the heel joint here, I can see that I have I want to control the rotation of this joint in all directions. So I'm going to load this as driven, or if I want to use the connection editor, I'm going to load it as again as the driven attribute. So I'm going to go to General Editors, Connection Editor, and I'm going to load it as the object that is going to receive the connection. And the driver would be this controller, so I'm going to load it here as the driver. So if I go down, I can see the 7 custom attributes that I added to this controller. I can simply select the heel rotation X and connect it to the rotation X of the heel joint. So let's find the rotation X. Here we go, rotate X. Rotation Y connects to rotation Y, and rotation Z connects to rotation Z. Alright, that's for the heel. For the ball joint, I'm going to select the ball, reverse joint. I'm going to load it here. And just to make sure, I will test it and see which axis I have to make the connection to. So this is going to be rotation Y, as you can see. It's rotation Y. So I'm going to load the ball joint, and I will connect the ball roll attribute to rotation Y attribute of the ball joint. Now it's time to create the connection for the toe. I'm going to select the toe. I'm going to reload it to be the driven here. Okay? And same as the heel, I'm going to connect rotation XYZ to rotation XYZ of this toe reverse joint. So rotation X, rotation Y, and rotation Z. Okay, we're done. I can test it out. I can select the controller and see if it's working or not. I can just type in numbers here. Okay. And for the ball, sorry, my mouse is not helping me. Okay. Yeah, it's working. For example, for the toe, rotation Z. Yeah, it's working. Rotation Y. It's called rotation X. Okay. And heel, rotation Z. And rotation Y. And rotation X. Okay, so it's working. And also, we need to make sure that whenever we move or rotate this controller, it will move and rotate the whole reverse chain, and also it will control the foot, the leg for us. So in order to do that, as if I select the heel joint here, you can see that I have some connections here, some input connections here. So if I want to control this heel joint using this controller, I can simply create a group on top of it. So I'm going to create a group on top of it. Okay. I didn't cover this in the class, but I mean, this is one method that you can do for the heel joint. So I'm going to name it left heel joint group. Okay. I can also move the pivot point of it. It really doesn't matter, but I can move the pivot point of this group to be sitting on the pivot joint. Hold down DV and snap it here. Okay. And now I can parent constrain this group to this controller. Okay. The reason why I was not doing the parent constraint on the joint itself was that, again, because I'm having these straight connections here, I cannot create a parent constraint to control these rotations and translations. So that's why I created this group here. So I'm going to select the controller, select the group, and do a parent constraint. Meghdad.asadi. It really doesn't matter, but add. And as you can see, now this group is having these parent constraint connections here, and yet I'm able to position that in this space and also play with these numbers here to control the heat, right? So let's undo that. So that's it for the reverse pivot and controlling the leg area. Next is going to be the IKFK switch here. I'm going to pause this video. I'm going to create another video for the IKFK.